Welcome to Day 5 of the Workforce Workshop podcast. Today we will talk about the most important document required by a candidate to submit while applying for a job, a resume. So let's start with a simple definition. It's a formal document that provides you with an overview of a professional qualification, including one's relevant skills, work experience, notable accomplishments, and education. It's generally paired with a cover letter and helps in demonstrating your abilities, capabilities, and convince the hiring manager that you are hireable and qualified for the position. The word resume originates from the French language that means summary. If you are applying for a job, it is mandatory for you to submit your resume to be considered for the position. So now that we understand the definition, we should talk about the purpose of this document. The majority of people who seek jobs have an assumption that the purpose of providing this document to employers is to give them a complete overview of their professional history. On the other hand, the reality is it convinces them that you are worth interviewing. Thus, a resume becomes a valuable tool in highlighting your work experience for prospective employers to go through. Your resume must provide a very brief summary of your qualifications and relevant skills in a format that makes the employer confident that you have the ability to handle the work with ease. This aspect certainly helps you in receiving more interview calls. The format of this document must showcase your education, skills, and experience in a way that is easy for the employer to read and understand. The last aspect, in pointing out the purpose of a resume, that is exactly what will help you to find a job. Now we should talk about the things that must be included in the document. What do I include on a resume? The things that should be included in your resume depend on the type of job you are applying for and the relevant professional experience and background required for it. If we are to discuss the minimal requirement, they are as follow. Number 1, it has an introduction, which is a detailed description and overview of your key qualifications and professional background. It can be formulated in various ways like resume objective, qualifications, summary, professional profile, or resume summary. Number 2, education. In this section, you must include the names of your school, the highest degree you have earned, the majors and minors. In addition, it is desirable if you add your GPA and the relevant coursework you have taken. The latter should be included only if you lack experience or it is related to the position you are applying for. 3, experience. If you have any relevant work experience, you must list it in your resume. It must include your title, the name of the company you worked for, the time period, and list bullet points about the key responsibilities you held. Moreover, you must include all the relevant accomplishments on the document as much as possible. Number 4, skills. You must include every skill you possess that is relevant to the position and be sure to accommodate both soft skills and hard skills to tell the employer that you are the right candidate with varied skill set. 5, contact details. This must include the first and last name, email address, and phone number. Moreover, your LinkedIn profile can be added to the resume if it's up to date. A few workplaces may require proof of living near the place you are applying for. Thus, include your mailing address in the document. These are the must-have sections in your resume, but you can always add more sections according to the position you are targeting and based on your experiences and achievements. Some of these additional sections can include the following: resume language, volunteer work, conferences, publications, certifications and licenses, hobbies and interests, projects, award and honors, freelance work experience. All these sections can be included only in the scenario when one has the relevant information to add. So what happens to the resumes of freshers in the job market? Well, if you are a fresher, list your education at the top. And do not forget to mention the extracurricular activities, volunteer work, and internships you have pursued. No matter if you are experienced or fresher in the industry, this rule applies to everyone to keep the document short and sweet. According to the HR statistics report compiled by various institutions, hiring managers do not spare more than 6 seconds to go through your resume. So if you feel that your resume has the quality to grab their attention in the mentioned time span, as opposed to being never-ending story with a plot twist, you are good to go. Now that you have figured out what has to be included in your resume, you should move towards selecting the right format. Types of resumes. These are a common misconception among the masses that the format of resume is standardized, but in reality, you have a variety of resume formats you choose from. Each one of them has its own strengths and weaknesses. Without any further ado, let's begin the discussion of all the resume formats. You pick a format according to your specific skill set or work history, as one of them might be more suited to highlight your qualifications than the rest. There are 4 types of resumes: chronological resume, functional resume, targeted resume, combination resumes. Here's a detailed breakdown of these 4 formats. Chronological resumes. This resume format opens with an introduction to the candidate and then provides an outline to their professional history in reverse chronological order. Example, with the latest position being on the top. It puts your proudest achievements back in time. This is the most commonly used format and is considered the only format available. On the contrary, its popularity is based on the fact that it is suitable for candidates who want to highlight having a variety of different experience levels. Functional resume. The second format of a resume is known as functional resume. It's formatted to focus on your abilities, skills, and experience rather than the chronological order of your work history. It is preferred by the professionals who wish to draw attention away from the traditional work experience they have gained over the years. It is more so accepted among those who have been changing careers repetitively or want to cover up significant gaps in their work history. This format is similar to others, but has a few unique features, such as the section on work experience is less emphasized, the sections dedicated to introduction and skills are much longer and detailed than the other format we shall discuss. Targeted resume. As the name very clearly suggests, this format is tailored according to the position you are applying to. It highlights all the relevant skills and experience you have, and the resume is written in a way that focuses more on these qualifications. For writing a strong resume of this format, you must scan through the job listing of the position that you want to fill in for. Typically, recruiting managers and hiring teams include responsibilities, skills, and traits that they wish to have in the most suitable candidate in the job description. When you find these qualities and aspects, highlight them on your resume to demonstrate to these managers and team that you are the ideal fit for the position. Combination resume. As the name of the resume format clarifies, it is one that combines the best aspect of the functional resume along with the chronological resume. Due to this feature, it is considered one of the most flexible resume formats, as the chronological resume majorly focuses on experience and the functional resume talks heavily about the skills and expertise. This format of resume typically amalgamates both of them into one document that equally demonstrates. This format is ideal for individuals who have extensive experience in their field alongside having highly developed skill set that they wish to showcase and highlight in the resume. When you pick any of these formats, you are putting in an effort to grab the attention of the hiring manager and convey your uniqueness in the process. Since the future of your professional career depends on the quality of your resume, let us have a discussion of some of the formatting tips you must keep in mind while you formulate the document. Formatting tips for resume. It is extremely important for you to have your resume right. So the first thing is to structure it clearly so it can please the recruiter's eyes from the very moment they see your resume. Here are some of the formatting tips you may consider. You must use eligible font in the resume and keep the size to be 11 or 12 points. You should set 1 inch margin on each side of the page. The line spacing should be set at 1 or 1.5. In order to achieve a balance in the resume layout, you must leave enough white space on the paper. The professional experience must be formed into bullet points. The resume should be divided into sections that provide clarity for the reader. Your contact information should be entered in a separate header. Avoid any typos or grammatical errors on your resume. I know that formulating a resume is a huge task for anyone who is applying for a job. I hope this session brought you some clarity to simplify the whole process. Well, that's all for today. In the next episode, we will talk about talent. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode.